This is Wholesaling Houses Elite, the no fluff and BS podcast with tips and tricks to help you become an elite wholesaler. Our guest will spill the beans on what it takes to be the best.
This podcast is brought to you by Lead Gen Pros, making it incredibly easy for the average real estate investor and business owner to get more leads. They work with a variety of companies who specialize in real estate investing and who are looking for a systemized way to increase their lead flow and grow their business. If that sounds like you, check out theleadgenpros.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new podcast. We're here at Wholesaling Houses Elite, and you guys may or may not know him. He's be like undercover, but overcover. What you call that? Well, introduce yourself. Where you from?
What's up, y'all? My name is Antoine Campbell. I'm from the Washington, D.C. area. I flip, I wholesale. I'm looking to do some bound holds.
So you see him, but it's usually him and his wife always side by side.
Always.
Cracking up, making jokes. I love y'all as a couple. When did you come on the radar? Because I don't remember where I first met you, but you support the crap out of me. You've been at every We Live.
Definitely.
You drove down, like tonight we just did a pop-up. You drove down from D.C. Like we talk on the phone. What, like, tell me the beginning, because I don't know your beginning story.
Yeah, so the beginning was I just wanted to make a change. So like 2016, I started chasing the little out-of-town gurus, and that's where it started. So I say 2017, I looked at my wife and got serious and said, hey, man, I want to do this real estate stuff, man. I really want to get passionate. And then I say about fast forwarded from 2017, I did a flip. It took me about a year to get it done. And I learned so much. I made so much mistakes and failures. I got through the lab by making money, but that taught me a whole lot and put me in a different mindset. And then I say about June 2018, July 2018, I looked at my wife and said, I'm not happy in our current business, which is a tag business.
Yeah.
I said, if you allow me to do this real estate full time, 100%, give me 1 year and I promise I'll make it right.
You're going to tear the game a new one.
And yeah, so like, she said, okay, cool. So July 2018, I became a full-time real estate investor.
So next month, this will be a full year as a full-time. Now, I'm seeing you on the scene. I'm seeing you do flips. I'm seeing you do wholesale deals.
Yeah.
What markets are you in? What markets are you in?
Yeah, my core markets, as far as the fix and flip side, is Maryland. We did a deal in D.C., but I don't really like it too much. There's a lot of politics with the permits. And central Pennsylvania. We're looking to grow a turnkey investing company where we go in there, we fix the houses up, and we sell it to like doctors and lawyers and stuff like that for turnkey.
People that have good W-2 income that just need a passive structure.
But our wholesaler markets, we down in Charlotte.
Yeah.
We just started Richmond. We definitely in Ohio. We trying to do something with Christina in St. Louis.
Hold on. In less than 1 year, you're doing flips. You're doing wholesale deals. I've counted 5 markets.
Right.
How do you scale that fast? Where do you get your knowledge from to even understand that you can scale that fast?
Oh man, like I worked at a big hotel company, one of the biggest hotel resorts in the world, which was Marriott International. They gave me systems and tools to use. And when I decided to transfer over to being an entrepreneur, I took that with me. So first things I knew was KPIs. Like when I worked at McDonald's, we had KPIs. Like McDonald's was the first people that showed me what a KPI was. And then I knew
that's crazy. To think that McDonald's, when you worked at McDonald's, they showed you what KPIs are because they are a well-run machine. Man. So KPIs make sense.
Ain't nobody touching McDonald's when it comes to KPIs and technology and the systems and investing in their process.
So like how fast burgers go out, how fast the line is, all that stuff?
Yes.
That's wild. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, so the hotel, they taught me a whole lot, and I brought that over to the residential side of real estate. And I just took that and ran with it. And then, guys like you, I really sat back and watched. Mm-hmm. And I just said, you know what? If he can do it, I'm damn sure going to step up to the plate and try to do it.
And I tell people all the time, I say, listen, if I can do it, 1.9 GPA going through high school, then go to college, first generation American, ain't nobody got no excuse.
Yeah, I had a 2.3 GPA, and the only thing that really motivated me was, if you look at my transcript, it was business courses and economic courses. I got A's and all that. Everything else, I got D's and C's because it didn't really spark me.
Didn't matter, yeah. So with your wife's blessings, you're like, yo, I'm going to go full time. You're almost at a year now, and you're scaling.
Oh, yeah.
Now, before I get to the scaling part, was some of your first deals, because you're from the DC area.
Yeah.
Is it a difficult, tough market?
It's a real tough market, and the reason why it's a tough market is because just about all the top players are sharks. What I mean by that is, you can't lock up like 14 people calling the same list.
Yeah.
So you call a seller and try to do that cold calling stuff, and the seller like, hey man, I just talked to you. I just talked to him. Like, stop calling me. They agitated. It's hard to do a lot of tactics that the smaller markets you're allowed to do. So when we start looking to try to make this an actual business and not just a hustle, I said to myself, it got to be a better way. So we start actually doing research on different markets, and so that's what brought me back to going to Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, I'm able to do, right now we got 3 deals going on at, 5 fix and flips. And in Maryland, we weren't able to do that type of value.
Yeah.
So,
well, how far is Pennsylvania from your market?
From my actual house is an hour and 50 minutes drive.
So that's so not far, under 2 hours, under 3 hours, you found the surrounding market that you can thrive in. Now that makes a lot of sense because a lot of people listen to this are in what everybody consider tough markets, hard to get. Right. But just don't give up.
Oh no,
because you still actively maybe do stuff in DC. Right?
Oh yeah. If it's something come across our plate, we can handle it and take care of it. But we're not putting all our eggs into the basket to the point that it's slowing us from the path of progress.
So you do market research on other markets. I hear you recently talk about Richmond. I've seen that you visited Richmond.
Yeah, I physically visited Richmond because Richmond is, to me, a secondary DC. As far as like development, expansion, all these different investors. We ride through the blocks, you see all this growth going on, all these different areas. Like, I just got excited when I went to Richmond. And then I said, you know what? It's still a 2-hour drive, but I definitely need to be here. So we took about a month worth of due diligence just to figure out where do we need to be in Richmond. And we just started cold calling this week there.
I see you and your wife all over the place. Yeah. Y'all, and that's partly market research. Y'all been to Charlotte. I've seen y'all down there doing things.
Yeah.
But explain to me how so I think one of your benefits as a wholesaler, real estate investor, entrepreneur is that you took things from your previous jobs and manifest them into your new career that you've created, which is real estate investing and flipping and all that stuff.
Right.
But you took simple things as learning KPIs from McDonald's. You're learning systems from one of the best companies in the world, Marriott, how they have systems and how they do things. And you merged those two and you said, I need to apply those same things in your business.
Exactly.
Now, you haven't even hit your 1 year mark yet.
No.
And you've got private lenders, hard money, all that stuff.
And we got private lenders. We got we created different avenues of borrowing power. We looking to finish out this year strong. So we're going to stay on the path of trying to do wholesale deals, but really build this turnkey business out. That's something that I think that is really great for us in the future.
For people that understand what a turnkey operation is, what is that?
So typically a turnkey operation is when you take a house, it's in an area where it cash flows greatly. Sometimes they appreciate, but most of the time people buy solely on cash flow or depreciation benefit, and you fix it up to the point it's rentable instantly. And sometimes certain turnkey operators, they provide tenant placement and all that, but typically you marketing towards people who wants to grow their IRA at a faster pace than the actual stock market can provide. And once you put all that together, then investors come and they buy it because they like the 8% returns they get or the 10% returns they get versus the 1 or 2% they're getting from their bank account.
And it's a hard asset.
It's a hard asset. They can go feel it and touch it. They can drive past it. They can show their kids. They can leave in the will. Somebody like the president get on, Fox and make something, about a company, that stock goes down 200 points and you don't have no control over it.
No control.
But you got control over this actual hard asset. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people are really big into the turnkey now.
So turnkey is essentially for the guys who have IRAs, which we had that in the podcast a few weeks ago. And you got people that are W-2 doing pretty well in their W-2 job, and they're wanting to get into real estate investing, but not actively like you and I. Definitely. They just say, look, I want to buy that asset. I'm buying it at a decent price. It cash flows good. I'm making more money than I can make with my money sitting there at 1, 2, 3, 4%. And I can physically drive by this house and show my son, show my wife, and I'll never have to call a tenant because usually on a turnkey side, there's usually a management side of it that you can take into play, which is more money for you if you guys want to create a management company. That's smooth. But explain to me how under 1 year you can move into so many markets. You must have a large team in DC controlling all this stuff.
Actually, my entire operation is 100% virtual.
Now, wait. What do you mean 100% virtual?
The only people that's in my business that's here in the United States is me and my wife.
So your entire team works virtually overseas.
Yes.
So, I started like that too. I have a large virtual team, what I consider a large virtual team. A lot of people 2.5 years ago, when I was saying how lucrative it was and how that they have great work ethic, that people didn't believe me. They was, oh no, you need in-house people. The reality is, if you spend time with them and you train them and you use the systems and processes that you learned from other places,
there you go.
Then you're just going to build your own team. That don't matter where they sleep at.
Exactly.
So explain to me how you're able to be confident enough to go get VAs and grow your business. How does one find a VA?
So to take it back a little bit, in the Marriott, they taught us, they had this big department called leadership and training, and they sunk tens of millions of dollars in research and technology, how to take an employee from not knowing nothing to, knowing the entire system. And I took that same process and I applied it to, the VAs. So once I started cold calling, man, I sucked so bad. I said, man, this is not for me, but I knew that, hey, if I create a system and a process and, an actual training side of it, I could take any, competent person and put them in a position. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did, So we started off with one VA, and then we realized that, okay, there's certain pieces of this puzzle still missing. I'm going to get aggressive and double down and get a couple more. Mm-hmm. And then once we really got the system rolling, man, things blew up. Like 3 months into it blew up.
So you actively, you're dropping so many nuggets, because I think a lot of people in the W-2 world that are sick of their job are not leaving with any skills that they then transfer over to their next career. And you're saying, no. I appreciate Marriott.
Oh, I love them.
Because you learn, because you learn systems that you can take to your business and implement them. And in under 1 year, you have VA teams working in 5 markets.
Definitely.
Now, explain. We were on the phone the other day. I was in Nashville in one of my markets that I work in. You told me that you had a VA, your team took a deal from the cold call to closing with none of your involvement.
Yes, this is my first transaction where we done it, where, I said, let's test it. We got them to get us from the cold calling side all the way to the signed contract, all the way to putting in the escrow. Let's take it further to skip tracing the cash buyers, looking for cash buyers, to cold calling cash buyers, to actually cold calling our boots on the ground. Calling our boots on the ground, to getting the pictures, to, all the way up into the assignment, to sending the assignment, to putting the assignment in escrow, to making sure that the cash buyer sent a proof that they put the check in escrow. And we did it. And we did it in less than 2 weeks.
So wait, so the entire process, you have closed the deal from lead generation to verification of buyer putting money in escrow to the closing table, and all you got was a signature or something that said wire is on the way.
Yes.
Or pick up this check.
Yes. Like when that happened, like I ran into the room and I was excited to my wife and I said, listen, we did it. And it wasn't about closing deals. We closed many deals so far. It was the fact that we did something that most people in the industry say is impossible.
So what do you say to somebody that comes to this business, learns about the VAs and how they can leverage the American dollar with a very efficient person overseas? What did they say? What do you say to somebody who says they're not good enough?
Hey man, you're just not good enough at leadership and training.
It's
need
them.
To go work on you.
It's them, right?
Because anybody's trainable as long as they and that's why you have a 10-point hiring process where we look for certain things, we look for certain traits, leadership qualities, and all these different things when we take into consideration of hiring them, to the point that we already know what our intention is with them. And they can't even believe in seeing themselves at first. And when we took somebody, a girl, Jasmine, who's from Manila or whatever that place is, I don't know, the Philippines. Mm-hmm. And she never in her life had sales skills to close deals on the phone, to getting her all the way to the point that she's locking up deals over the phone. Most people didn't believe us. And I'm like, hey, I don't have time to do this, because I actually work day to day helping out the turnkey business and the fix and flip business that I don't have time to do the wholesale side, to be honest with you.
Wow. So I've never heard anybody in my short almost 3 years coming up, I've never heard anybody say they had an entire VA take it from lead generation to close with none of your involvement. Yeah. I think that's wonderful. How do you talk about your 10-point process? Is that something you also learned?
Yeah, we learned that from Marriott. in McDonald's. And like, you know, because when you first get hired at McDonald's, like there's a menus and guides, and this is how you put how much lettuce you put on a Big Mac, how much Maxwell. Like we took that same type of mindset and said, this is how you do the lead, you know. And we took what Henry Ford did was create like an assembly line, and that's how we get the lead from, you know, the actual cold prospect to hat to you know, nurturing it, to locking it up, and to getting the escrow, to identifying the buyers.
Wow, I'm just amazed by the process. It's something that I'm gonna try in training and try to see if I can reach that goal in the next 6 months.
Man, if you need my help, man, you know, I can give you some pointers too. So
talking about help, I seen you and your wife, since you developed this skill and you're taking what you learned from some of the best corporations in America, you created a program that you're sharing how your hiring process, how to master the VA side of things, and you're sending that out to the public.
Yeah, so what you're referring to is VA Mastery.
Mm-hmm.
And we created VA Mastery out of necessity. So many inboxes, so many DMs, so many text messages of people just reaching out saying, hey, I hired a VA and I failed and this doesn't work. Hey, I hired a VA, they not coming on time. I hired a VA, they got 2 laptops and they working for both of us at the same time and I can't track them on HubStaff. And I said, you know what? After like the 180th person that asked me, literally, I swear to God, I said, I'm gonna do something about it.
Yeah.
I don't like saying course, but I said I'm gonna create a system.
Yeah. Something that they can follow, like you follow when you work.
Yes. And what happened was, we said, you know what? Most people, they get to the point where they can have a VA, but they forget one important piece. They gotta manage themselves in order to manage the VA. Mm-hmm. And even if you go out and get a $10 an hour VA service company, you still have to manage yourself in order to set the expectation for mm-hmm. the VA. So what we did was we created systems that show them certain trackers, certain KPIs, certain dashboards, certain processes. It's the way you run your meeting, how to set goals and expectations with quarterly rocks with your VAs. All these different things that involve managing people remotely. And we said we're gonna package it up and we're going to sell it to the public. And then that way, if you do decide to hire a VA, your chances of failing with a VA goes down drastically.
Yeah, that's important. So it's not a course. It's a system that you created that they can follow.
Yes.
On how to acquire, train, manage their remote employees, their virtual assistants.
Yes.
You tell them where to find them and everything.
Yeah. So what we do, we got a little deeper because I said I just don't want to have a set it and forget it type of course. I really want to have something where you still get me. So I'm making my point that everybody who gets the system get onboarded. We walk them through the process. We train them first. We say, listen, your VA gonna be there. Don't worry about the VA. Let's get you trained first. Let's get everything mm-hmm. set up. What's your portfolio look like? How your script look? What the leads you got them calling? And then we examine and say, you know what? This is our recommendation where we think that you should go. Because now you're gonna create a money pit if all is not right. Because now you're gonna be like, hey man, I'm spending money on VAs and not seeing the results. Then you're gonna blame us. So we fix all that first. And that takes like 2 to 3 weeks. And then after that, we bring your VA on. Then we tell you, listen, it's going to take 2 weeks to even get your VA even eligible to be on the phone to take like test calls.
Yep.
And I say, listen, a good VA takes, my opinion, 3 to 6 months to get put fully 100%. Into your system. And if you're not willing to sacrifice 6 months to a year worth of salary without seeing the immediate results you want, then don't even do it.
But when you get that person trained and
oh my goodness,
they are deadly.
Oh my goodness, they like snipers on the phone. Man.
Yeah. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Where can I see this course? Because I haven't looked inside of it. Where can everybody else see it?
It's on the Teachable platform. I can send you the link.
Where can everybody else see it? How can they get access to it? You got a Facebook group or how?
Yeah, I got a Facebook group. It's Virtual Assistants Hacks and Secrets that they can come into, and then I have a link that I can kind of provide you.
I put it in the show notes.
Yeah, and they can go in there and they can see what the course is about. And what most people don't understand is half the course is digitized, and then the main component is with me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that way you get me, you get all the systems, and then you get my VAs. My main VA, she comes on the phone and even onboard you, and then we have question and answers with them, and it's like real hands-on. It's beyond hands-on.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I think Dave and I are planning a trip to the Philippines where we're going to spend a month over there.
Oh, awesome.
If you guys are open to it, you probably should jump on, come with us and stay for a couple of weeks or something. We're going to go to the Philippines. I face-to-face, I've never met my entire team. So I want to go over there, have some fun, throw a party, meet the whole family. and also just kind of talk with them and document and train because they're part of my staff. And I'm with my staff all the time.
Yeah, I talk to my staff all the time. Like we're like a family almost. So
yeah, so I plan on doing the same thing, and I'll obviously document the whole thing for YouTube. And I think that'll be amazing. So we're planning on doing that by the end of the year.
Okay.
And doing that. So I'll let you guys know. Maybe you can tag along for a week or two.
Yeah.
And that'll be amazing. Just to go over there and to experience their life and everything. I know you don't be on Instagram.
Man, Instagram, man, I can't
figure it. You just don't want to figure it out.
I'm married, so like I tell people, Instagram is very lustful on there. So I'm going to get someone to help me with it.
I'm married too. I'm married to the game.
I'm actually married, and my wife, man, she
pop your head off.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel you, man. But how can they reach out? How can people reach out to you?
Well, you can reach out to me on Instagram, CEO929.
CEO929. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Facebook.
Facebook. I love Facebook. So Antoine M. Campbell Senior.
So I'm actively with you. So I'm friends with you on Facebook, and I see where you be on there with your VAs. Y'all be cracking up, talking, having fun, and all that. I see the text messages between you and your VAs. That's crazy. That's cool.
You talking about the ones where my money?
Yeah, where my money at? That's cool. So look, man, I think this business can change anybody's life, and more importantly, you have the impact to change somebody else's life.
Right.
And you hiring the correct virtual assistant, treating them well,
Definitely.
Giving them a fair pay, and setting a good expectation for them.
Definitely.
I think is us passing on that torch that we have as the responsibility of being great people.
Definitely.
So I'm glad you can shed some great light on the whole VA or remote employee world that I say. And I'm a testament to say that without my business, without my virtual assistants, without my remote employees, my business would not be where it is today. It launched me off the ground. It's keep me stable, and I'm still rocking them. I've had VAs for over 2 years.
Man, keep them.
That's crazy. I had a VA for over 2 years, and I'll never.
Even once we scale, we can accountants and VAs, everything VA. Like that doesn't make sense to my opinion.
Well, look, Antoine, I think it was cool to have you on here. I'm pretty sure people enjoyed every bit of this. I'm gonna put a lot of links in the show notes where people can reach out to you. Tap into your VA systems that you have out there for the public, and keep crushing it, man. And I'll see you at the top.
Man, I appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. So, man, if you guys have enjoyed this podcast and you're listening on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Share this video with anybody you want or think that would benefit from this. And go follow my guy, Antoine. He's hilarious. Him and his wife crack me up all the time. But I see you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Wholesaling Houses Elite podcast with Maxwell. Make sure to tune in next week to see what elite wholesaler will have in the hot seat.